לשיעור לעילוי נשמת דבורה פייגה בת שמואל, אורה דבורה בת שמואל, נסתר רבקה בת אברהם, מוניקה בת פני, מנחם הנדל בן אלחנן. You know, the Hafetz Chaim was one of the greatest rabbis before the Holocaust, before the Second World War. And many people that went to get his berachot. One day, a man decided to go to the Hafetz Chaim to get a beracha. He heard that the rabbi is getting closer to their city. And he was walking towards the train station when he realized that his neighbor is following him. So the neighbor asked him, "Where are you going?" He says, "I'm going to the Hafetz Chaim. You want to come?" He says, "You know what? Yalla, I'll go with you." And the neighbor decided to go together with him because he was having some pain in his leg. And this fellow, the first man, decided, you know what? Once I will get to the Hafetz Chaim, I'm going to take advantage. Already my neighbor is going to come to get a beracha. I know that the son of my neighbor, he is the first one that is doing Hilul Shabbat openly in our neighborhood. So I'm going to take advantage, and I'm going to tell the rabbi or the gabbai, you know what? Before you give a beracha, tell him that he should not be mechalel Shabbat. No. So this guy finally got to the place where the Hafetz Chaim was. There were hundreds of people that went out to receive the rabbi, the Hafetz Chaim. And the son-in-law of the rabbi was in charge of all the, that's right. So this Yehudi approached the son-in-law of the rabbi. His name was Avraham Cohen, I believe it was. And he told him, do me a favor, go and tell the Hafetz Chaim, you see this guy is my neighbor? Go and tell the Hafetz Chaim that whenever he will come to him, throw him that it's not okay, that his son is doing Hilul Shabbat, is driving on Shabbat. And says, fine, I will do it. The son-in-law of the Hafetz Chaim is about to enter to the room, and he realized that it's already too late. That the man that came to get the beracha, that his son is mechalel Shabbat, is there already. And he's speaking with the rabbi. He said, we had such an opportunity to do it. Min hashamayim, now I cannot bother. It says the son-in-law that he was inside the room, and he hears how this man is asking from the Hafetz Chaim a blessing for refuah shelema. And then the Hafetz Chaim looks at him, and he tells him, Tzaddik, you're coming to get a blessing from me? I'm nobody. Who I am to give you berachot. But one thing I can tell you, there is something that for sure is able to give all the berachot that you need. And it's called Shabbat. Ki mekor beracha. It's the source of all the blessings. I think that it's very important, not only for you to keep Shabbat, I believe you're keeping Shabbat, but also your kids. That's what the Hafetz Chaim tells him. Sometimes the kids are not following the ways of the parents. They drive on Shabbat. They hang around on Shabbat. And the daughters sometimes are, painting themselves on Shabbat, arranging themselves on Shabbat. That's not allowed. But I promise you that if you're going to try to keep up Shabbat, not only for you, but also for your kids, that himself will give you a refuah shelema and all the berachot. The guy was amazed. How did the rabbi know? He says, but Rabbi, I'm fine. Listen, I'm keeping Shabbat. And then the Hafetz Chaim told him, on Shabbat we have an obligation. Lo ta'aseh kol melacha, ata ubincha ubitecha, etc. Also the animals. Whatever belongs to you, whatever is under your responsibility, you're obligated to do all the effort to keep. Rabotai, do you know, I met somebody And this guy told me, Rabbi, my ideology is not to tell my kids anything. They will do whatever they would like to do. I'm not getting involved. I'm doing my kids. So I asked him, listen, I have a question for you. What if you find in your business that there is an investment that you can make literally millions out of this business? Are you going to say the same thing? Listen, Rabbi, I'm just caring about me, my kids. No, it's not my idea. Or you're going to run to your son and you're going to tell him, Habibi, tomorrow I want you to spend the money in this store market or in this Bitcoin, alav shalom. Yeah, whatever. For sure you're going to run and you're going to tell it to your son. Right? Why? Because you love him. Same thing. Whenever we're talking about mitzvot, if you love the mitzvah and you appreciate it, how it's possible for a man to say, I'm doing whatever I'm doing and my son, he will do whatever he wants to do. We have the responsibility of our kids. Where do we learn that from? Our parasha. This week's parasha, we're starting a new book. It's called Sefer Shemot. According to the Mefarshim, it's called Sefer HaGeula, the book of the redemption, the final redemption. Sefer HaGeula. And the pasuk starts, says the pasuk, Ish ubeto ba'u. When Yaakov Avinu came down to Egypt with his kids, before the Torah tells me who were the kids of Yaakov, the Torah tells me, Ish ubeto ba'u. What's Ish ubeto ba'u? A man with his house, with his family, came. Say Chachamim, this pasuk is coming to teach us what's going to be after 120. We're not coming by ourselves. We're coming with all our family, all the merits of the mitzvot that we did. Sometimes you have no idea. One word that you say on Shulchan Shabbat to one of your kids, reinforce him so much, he said, Yalla, I'm going to reinforce myself even more. Ishu beto ba'u. Whatever effort you put, you're giving results also for your family. Your wife, your kids, your grandkids as well. They're all under your ishtadlut, your effort. I just want to tell you, I remember, sometimes when you come to the 3 weeks of Tisha B'Av, especially in our generation, we're so weak. We don't even feel it. We don't feel destruction of the Beit HaMikdash. We know that it's not good. We don't cry. I'm not saying about you. For me, it's very hard to cry. It's to get inside the emotions. It's not easy. One time, all this idea changed in my life. When I was in Eretz Israel, and my grandfather lives there. And they gave to my grandfather the kabod to go up to the Sefer for the Haftarah of Shabbat before Tisha B'Av. Shabbat Hazon. My grandfather goes up to the Sefer, he says the Berachot, and he starts to read. Rabotai, until today, I have the image of my grandfather reading that Haftarah. He couldn't say more than 3 words without stopping. Even though Shabbat, you're not allowed to cry on Shabbat, was much stronger than him. He wasn't able to finish a pasuk without stopping. You know what? You don't have to say too much words. Just giving the example. If my grandfather was coming up to me and he was telling me, no, you have to cry. Come on, Grandpa. How you want me to feel it? But only sometimes by the example that the parents or the grandparents can give, they can make a whole mindset, they change the whole mindset of the child. Let me tell you the following thing. In the parasha, we're going to read about the daughter of Paro, Batya, right? What happened with Batya? Batya saw the basket of Moshe Rabbeinu, and says the Torah, "Vatishlach et amata." She sent amata. What's amata? Rashi brings 2 perushim. One explanation is she sent the what? Her servants. Go and bring me this basket from the water. The other explanation is also well known. Her hand got stretched until she got to the basket. Rabotai, can I ask her a question? Simple question. What she thought at the moment that she stretched her hand, that she's going to become, that the hand is going to become magic? At the moment that she stretched it, the basket was, I don't know how many meters out far from her. What's that going to help? What are you trying to do? There was a rabbi, his name was Rav Meir Shapira Minuvlin. You probably heard about him. He was the one that created the concept of the Daf Yomi. Hundreds upon hundreds and thousands of people that are learning daily every single daf. And they have finished Shas 1 and twice and 3 times in their life. All these married because of one man, Rabbi Shapira. That was his name. This Rabbi Shapira was talking about how important is the concept of learning Daf Yomi. And then a bunch of guys came up to the rabbi. They said, Rabbi, what are we going to, come on. We know ourselves. 7.5 years learning every single day one daf. Too much, too heavy. Thank you for doing 1 week. 1 masechet, that will be the whole shas. And then the rabbi told him, that exactly same question that I just shared with you. He asked them, how come the daughter of Paro stretched the hand? For what? She didn't know that Hashem is going to make a miracle. So what's the purpose? Says Rav Meir Shapira Minuvlin, you know what's the answer? The answer is, our obligation is not to get results. Our obligation is to put efforts. What is God asking for me today? Ishtadlut. How much I'm ready to do with all what I can to reach the goal that I want to reach. So yes, it's too far, but I want to save that baby. I know that there is a baby inside, and I want to save him, but I cannot reach. At least show that you care. How did she show that she cared? Stretching the hand. Oh, you stretch? Don't worry about the results. That's already coming from Shamayim. It's the same thing the rabbi said to the guys that are learning Daf Yomi. You're looking 7.5 years is huge. Who asked you to look 7.5 years? Look about today. Today you can do the Daf. Today it's possible to make 1 page of Gemara. Only today. And tomorrow ask yourself the same question. Tomorrow I'm able to learn 1 Daf of Gemara. That's it. Don't do more than that. Whatever is going to happen afterwards, it's going to be a totally another result. And I told you, there is a man that came up to me over here in Safra, and he told me, listen, Rabbi, for me, the Daf Yomi was huge. It was a project that I saw impossible to reach. And I said to myself, every day, whatever I can. This guy already finished up the whole entire Shas, and guess what? He doesn't speak 1 word in Hebrew. Everything with the art scroll in English, 1 word of Hebrew he doesn't know. And he finished the whole Shas. If 1 man can do that, I believe that everybody can do it as well. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Haneh ben Agashia omer, Atzai Kadosh Baruch Hu